Why do we do this every year? Hello, my name is Ro and I talk about a lot of things. And today I really want to talk about New Year's resolutions because I've been thinking about them a lot lately. Like a begrudged, lonely man thinking about his ex-wife at the bar with a glass of neat whiskey. Every January, collectively, humans decide to do this each and every year. And some people love New Year's resolutions. Some people hate them. Some people don't even have any experience with them whatsoever. I asked the people of Instagram what they think of this phenomenon, and I got some pretty mixed reviews. Only 12% of people actually had a New Year's resolution faux serial. 25% had a silly one. 12% said kinda, which, to be fair, I don't even know why I put that. I don't know what that even means. And 50% of people said nope. Just outright. But I think it's safe to say that the majority of people don't really have any sort of form of New Year's resolution. I don't think a lot of people care about them as much as people used to anymore, but we will get into that in this video. I think it's safe to say that a lot of time it's difficult to keep a big promise to yourself. I'm not going to do this year, I'm not going to do that, and a lot of people just end up giving up not even halfway through the year, like midway through January. So if New Year's resolutions so often fail, why do we keep coming back and making them year after year? In 1890 BC, ancient Babylonians were amongst the first to celebrate the New Year's. Yes, the aspect of a New Year celebration started around 4,000 years ago for our ancient ancestors in Syria. And historians think that it began back then with the ancient Akitu festival, which stretched over 12 days. I just think it's really cool that we share the celebration with people from so long ago. Like, humans aren't actually that different from one another after all. But most of us knew that. We like to pretend we are, but I know you have the desire to draw on a car window when it's misty or dirty. Although the Babylonians were the first to celebrate, the ancient Romans really cracked down on January the 1st being the true start to the new year, which is what we all follow today. They celebrate similarly to the Babylonians, just with probably way more wine. But I'm not saying all they did was give offerings to Dionysus, because they celebrated by also doing a spiritual spring cleaning and doing things like renewal vows. Renewal vows. They would clean their homes, pay off debts, return borrowed items, restock the pantry, stuff like that. And it sounds very similar to how we do it today. Then, when America was colonized and other people had settled there and built their own towns and railroads, New Year's resolutions took on a more religious meaning than when an old Babylonian leader swore to lead better. Early Americans would have had like a Sabbath sermon where they'd all pledge to be better servants to God. And by the 19th century, resolutions had stopped being so solely Christian and turned into more mundane things like how it used to be, only more modern, obviously. In the National Geographic article that I'm using for research, they quote this news article. In 1938, the Miami Daily News encouraged female readers to keep resolutions small and manageable, warning against glittering resolutions which you know in your heart are as brittle as Christmas tree ornaments, wedding vows, or campaign promises. What in the name of Mike? I think we can all pretty much tell the vibe of the 1930s from this. But that's just to show how the attitude to resolutions have stayed relatively the same since that era. In fact, 3 in 10 Americans actually held strong with their resolutions to 2024. I guess they are as brittle as campaign promises. But in saying all that, humans have always marked the new year with promises or intentions or vows. And early resolutions are similar to ours today, with hopes of renewal or their dreams and hobbies, or just a better future in general. Today with the internet, sometimes it feels like New Year's resolutions are more of a performance, especially with how some influencers act with it. But New Year's resolutions didn't start as productivity goals. They were wishes, they were hopes, they were dreams. It was never about being more efficient, it was about changing and becoming a better person in a Sabbath seminar or not. So why do we keep making them? This is going to be part A of this section, where the mushy and nice, lovely, kind stuff will be coming first. And on that note, humans are a sucker for fresh starts, and the new year is perfect for that notion. And that's why the term New Year, New Me became so popular, believe it or not. Starting off on a clean slate can make you feel like you've got nothing to worry about, like this year is going to be so much better, smarter, stronger. You are better! You are better! And to be fair, this can put a lot of pressure on someone depending on the resolution. But for many, it can feel very refreshing. Like for me, my New Year's resolution is to cut back on my consumption. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I like my trinkets, I like my things, I like being surrounded by things, but I gotta stop. This means I'm gonna be buying refillable whenever I can. I've got toothpaste, I'm gonna try and get some antiperspirants, I've got shower gel, I've got shampoo and conditioner bars, I've got bars of everything. I fucking love soap bars. And I really hope that I can actually stick to this year, because this promise is also for the planet. I cannot let Mama Nature down. But yeah, a New Year's resolution is just making a narrative reset. It's looking at yourself and believing that there's a different version of yourself possible if you choose to. It could feel really great going into the New Year's with a new attitude, new aspects, looking a bit fly and a bit fresh, looking back on the year and maybe the year before that, we've all come a long way from level 1, and we've acted like completely different people in completely different stages of our lives. But it's just all us in our completely unique, yet intertwined lives. And forgive me for getting a bit philosophical, but I'm just very joy-pilled and I eat everything burgers every single day. But sometimes making a New Year's resolution doesn't feel very easy. Some would say it would make you feel uneasy. There is a mild, sometimes spicy discomfort that comes with New Year's resolutions nowadays. Maybe in the past too, but I am not an ancient Babylonian, so do not ask me. It feels like nowadays people don't have just one resolution. It's like multiple things that they want to work on or get better with. And don't get me wrong, because a lot of these are super cool, like read more, make a patch jacket, create this, make that, etc. But in my research for this video, I saw people under a lot of pressure with locking in for the new year. And I get it if you have something like you really want to kick, but you've got to think of yourself when it comes to this. Be strict, but don't punish yourself if you slip up. And sometimes the way people use new year, new you implies that the current you isn't doing enough. Like, the old you didn't do enough. But that is kind of a stretch. I'm just saying that it's easy to get pulled into a whirlwind of I'm not doing enough when you see people online with seemingly perfect, well-structured lives. And I won't lie and say that I haven't been jealous of them sometimes too, because I have. It's so normal to be jealous of people. But the thing is, a resolution shouldn't be pressure to get better constantly. It's okay to go backwards or stop moving sometimes. Social media can make it feel like the only thing that's okay to do is continuously move forward and constantly improve, and that you need to keep doing stuff and being productive and making stuff. But genuinely, and please listen to me when I say this, to grow a plant, it cannot survive solely off of droughts and thunderstorms. They need gentle care, watering, sunshine, and shade. And then you can reap the bountiful harvest. Because fruits grown from pressure will only be bitter and dry. Plus, some people don't even bother with New Year's resolutions anymore. Well, like, when you break self-made promises over and over and over again, it just turns the whole thing into a tiring ordeal. Or you might just not know or not care. And that's literally fine. But what about resolutions as identity play and finding yourself? Because that's fun. In this modern setting, we can and do use New Year's resolutions to sort of try on a future self, a self that we might feel happier being. We can imagine ourselves trying different crafts, jobs, hobbies, or even going to different places. They can be a really fun way to just imagine a different you, or maybe not so different, maybe just a teeny tiny bit grown up. Because even failed resolutions tell us more about ourselves and what we care about. Maybe last year your goal of reading 20 books in 1 year was a bit too much. Maybe this year you can reframe it and do like 10 or 15. Maybe you didn't even fail in the first place, because sometimes making a goal, you can overestimate your ability. And that's not saying you not being able to do something is a bad thing, because I didn't even think I could read 5 books in 1 year, as much as I can try. Wanting to change means that you care about your life and yourself and the impact that you have on the world around you. Wanting to cut down on alcohol, smoking, vaping, stuff like that is a really good thing, and if you're gonna do that this year, chin chin, good for you. That might be why we keep doing this every year for 4,000 years. Because every year we see potential in ourselves. We believe that we can do something more. Even if that something more is, I want to be nicer to myself, or I want to talk to more people. Because New Year's resolutions are always going to be different. Everybody is completely unique, and we're always going to want change. But who knows? In 50 years, we might not even have New Year's resolutions. So we better make the most of it. Okay, we have talked about a lot in this video, and I think we answered our question from the beginning. Why do we keep doing this every single year? Because we love the thought of potential, being better, and constantly evolving like a peaceful butterfly. And it's okay to just not have a resolution, like, at all. You don't need one. People might go on about it near January, but you shouldn't let yourself be pressured into making one yourself. Like, to be honest, I don't care too much for them, even though I made this whole ass video dedicated to them. But this year, I am gonna try to keep an eye on it, because it's an important thing to reduce plastic consumption and waste. Resolutions are a reflection of what you want to see more within yourself and the world. Just keep trying and being gentle with yourself. But just before we finish the video, I want to know, what was your past resolution for this year or last year? And how did you get on with it? Okay, I think that just about wraps everything up. Thank you so much for watching. See you next year!